Hi guys, I want to put out this quick video picking up from a short video that Ned Scott put out in the week. Now Ned put out a video and there was a part of the video that I picked up on where Ned talked about 100,000 entrepreneurs within the next 5 years. Now the short video that Ned put out, he talked about obviously the success and failures over the last year. And to be quite honest with you, from where I'm sat, it's all success. And what I was very impressed with was Ned's vision of tokenizing the content web. Now, Ned talked about this 100,000 entrepreneurs within the next 5 years, and this kind of fits in with a video that I put out last June of last year. And the video that I put out in June of last year talked about a 500 billion social media powerhouse. Now, what I was impressed with by the statement that Ned put out was that he believes that there is going to be over 100,000 entrepreneurs all effectively running various different enterprises within the or on the STEEM blockchain. I actually agree. I've been saying this for a while now, that there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur than there is now with the advent of the blockchain and the distributed ledger. And it's something that I just wanted to talk to you about today very briefly. Now, putting things into perspective, if Ned's vision is right, and I support his vision because I believe in the same thing, that if in the next 5 years there was over 100,000 entrepreneurs, and these entrepreneurs, you have to probably understand that they're going to be here and using the Steemic platform, the Steemic blogging site, as effectively a micro business within the community. Now, because of the structure, the capital structure of the ecosystem, you actually have to hold Steem in reserve in order to carry out the business or to carry out the enterprise. And one of the things that people who are struggling to understand of the what's the difference between the Steem ecosystem and let's say the conventional financial system or the conventional banking system. Now, the banking system as we have now, as we all know, is a fractional reserve banking system. That means, by definition, they only have to hold in reserve a fraction of the capital that's held, on account. With the Steem blockchain, it's 100%. There is no fractional reserve. There's no debt. There's no derivative. It is actually the amount of Steem that is available, which is actually held in the accounts on reserve. So therefore, there is no fractional banking or fractional distribution of the Steem coins. So understanding that and understanding the way that the Steem ecosystem is going to grow over the next 5 to 7 years, putting things into perspective, using Ned's analogy of 100,000 entrepreneurs, that would effectively mean, let's say if these 100 entrepreneurs held in their account $100,000, $100,000 of Steem, liquid Steem, on deposit on reserve, that effectively would account for $100 billion. Now that's just the entrepreneurs, and the entrepreneurs aren't going to be here just to talk to themselves. These entrepreneurs are going to have micro businesses that are effectively going to be servicing the community, and using a rough figure, let's say if it was 500 to 1, where effectively there will be equivalent to approximately, say, 200 million subscribers or 200 million account users. Now, each of these account users, again, because of the way that the blockchain is actually set up, you have to hold your STEEM in reserve. And using an average, which is an average that is around today of around about, say, $2,000 per account, that would equate to $400 billion of value held on reserve. Add that onto the 100 billion for the entrepreneurs, you can now start to see where 500 billion is going to be coming from. Now, at the moment, we are very much in our infancy as far as the STEEMic community goes, and STEEMic being a small part of the overall ecosystem. That over the next 5 to 7 years, as the ecosystem grows and more applications come in, all stitching back to the STEEM blockchain, including the smart media tokens, you know, what we're going to actually see is a very clear ecosystem that is going to be evolving, and it's going to be the entrepreneurs that are actually going to be driving the development and driving the growth. So I go back to what I put out last June. My vision is a 500 billion, I said last year, social media powerhouse. It's actually something that has never been created before. It takes a little bit of social media, it takes a little bit of, you know, finance, it takes a little bit of entrepreneurship, it takes a little bit of, you know, e-commerce, and it actually is a new thing. So, albeit I stick with my 500 billion valuation for the STEEM blockchain, I'll probably replace the words social media powerhouse with a social ecosystem powerhouse. Not chosen the words at the moment, but you can see where I'm coming from. So people have to understand that STEEMic, the steemic.com blogging site, is a tiny part of the overall STEEM ecosystem, and hopefully this short video will get this out across. And below in the blog, I'll just put out a little bit of breakdown, you know, starting with the statement that Ned made about the success and the failures. I personally forget the failures. I concentrate on all the success of the STEEM blockchain and the development that Ned and his team has done. For me, there's no failures. It's 100% success. And then, of course, the statement of the 100,000 entrepreneurs and the vision and the mission to tokenize the content web. And again, I'll set out, you know, the breakdown of the 500 billion, how much will be effectively held on reserve in the entrepreneur's account, how many account users, and then effectively that will then start for people to understand where this 500 billion is coming from. So, you know, gets the thumbs up from me. I thought it was a great interview, or great video that Ned put out, and you know, I'll put a link to the video again for the ones who may have missed it. But as far as I'm concerned, stick with the 500 billion valuation, and hopefully this will explain as to why. So hope you guys are having a great weekend, and speak to you soon. Bye for now.